and welcome to LexGo Eat, the Herald Leaders podcast about eating and drinking in the bluegrass. I'm Janet Patton. I cover craft beer and bourbon and food.
I'm Cheryl Truman. I cover business and features.
And I'm Sally Shear. I'm the lifestyles editor.
And we're here today in the new Distilled in Gratz Park Inn to give you a sneak peek of that.
Yeah,
and
you probably don't recognize it because it looks very different.
If you ate here when it was Jonathan's, then this is not what it looked like then. So we'll be talking to Chef Mark Wombles in a little bit about their menu changes and when they will be opening. But first, we want to talk about a little bit of other new Lexington food news. Cheryl, what's the update on the Cheesecake Factory?
Oh, yes, the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, like we could forget. The Cheesecake Factory, the most eagerly anticipated culinary event in Lexington this year. It's going to open October 28th.
That's Tuesday, people.
You can stop calling me and asking if you can get in for alleged free cheesecake the day before, because Fayette Mall doesn't know anything about that, nor does the Cheesecake Factory PR team. They will open on the 28th there. I'm sure there will be people with tents a la Midnight Madness. And if you don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, you might want to plot an alternate route past Fayette Mall that first week or so.
Probably a good idea.
You know, this to me speaks to the sort of schizophrenia in Lexington's food psyche, that we have so much breathless anticipation for the Cheesecake Factory, and at the same time, the local food scene here has never really been hotter.
True.
And I don't get it. I mean, I guess I do. They're both probably. I've never eaten a Cheesecake
Part of it is
Factory.
that you
Maybe
always
it's
want what
great.
you don't have thing, don't you think?
In the meantime, I'm going to be eating at local places.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I have to say, to highlight the local food scene, the Kentucky Travel and Tourism Cabinet is doing its part. They have just announced they're going to have a new website, and they're going to have lots of trails to suggest places to go and eat, like a barbecue trail around Owensboro, of course. And here I think we have some culinary trails. There's hot browns and stuff, and Winchester's Beer Cheese Trail is on there. The Brewgrass Trail to go for the craft beer place. A lot of places you can eat if you can't get into the Cheesecake Factory. Trust
Plenty
me,
of
there's
them.
some good stuff. About the farmers market.
Yes,
coming up?
well, the season, as we all know, is changing, and the farmers markets are wrapping up in a couple of places. The Bluegrass Farmers Market, this is their last weekend. Downtown is still going, and we've heard rumors that the Fifth Third Pavilion is going to change a little bit to accommodate the farmers market there year-round.
Yeah.
Can we say what that change
I
would be?
think so. I think last year was the first time they did the year-round market at Cheapside Pavilion, and it went really well, but it gets chilly in the winter. If you've been down there, you know that pretty soon the wind starts, really cutting through there. And I've heard that this year they're going to install some roll-down panels to give them some walls so they can kind of heat it a little bit. So
Nice.
I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
And, there's really always stuff.
Absolutely.
I was there last weekend.
What'd you get?
Kale, of course, because I make kale soup.
Right.
And I was looking at Three Toads Farm, and they have the prettiest gilded pumpkins.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're painted, and then they're gilded, and they're so pretty and classy looking, and that would carry you all the way through Christmas. But the big news I'm really excited about for Three Toads is that they are going to be taking pre-orders for their jams and jellies, which will be coming on sale in early November. It's not cheap. I think it's $7 for a little jar, but it's really good jam.
And what might you want to make of that, Janet?
Okay, well, they had a great suggestion on their Facebook page for some do-it-yourself gourmet Pop-Tarts, which I just think looks really, really fun.
Okay, well, get on it, and we'll try them next time and let you know.
We've talked about this extensively, and I maintain you cannot have a Pop-Tart with anything that you can actually tell has fruit in it, which you definitely can with the Three Toads jam. But
yeah,
in any case, yes, it makes you crave a Pop-Tart.
I'm willing to try.
Yeah, I'm going to push the envelope a little bit.
Right.
Now I'm talking with Mark Wombles, who is the new chef at the new restaurant in Gratz Park Inn, which is called Distilled at Gratz Park. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be on the menu.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do contemporary Southern cuisine. Okay, kind of elevate it to the next level. And at Heirloom, we did kind of a contemporary California cuisine. So this is going to be more Southern influence.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Heirloom is your restaurant in Midway, right?
That's right.
And is that going to stay open?
That is staying open.
But you're going to be here
Yes.
cooking contemporary Southern. What do you do to Southern cuisine to make it contemporary?
Well, I think that you add, artistic plating to it instead of the usual kind of starch, veg, protein. We're going to kind of elevate the way that it looks. Still use farmers locally and so forth as well. So
And when will it open?
we are pushing for 2 weeks. Of course, we've done a huge renovation here, and it's obviously taken a little bit longer than what we expected.
Yeah. But
it's-
you're saying
it's
like
come along.
early November now?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that'll be something to put on your calendars. Yeah, this is an amazing space. It does look totally different. It does look very contemporary to the original Jonathan's and the restaurant that was here, which was very popular with Lexington.
Absolutely.
Will this be a big departure from that?
Well, I mean, we try to be different. As
Yeah.
you can see by the interior, we're trying to be different. We're not trying to be like any other restaurant in Lexington. So I think that speaks volumes when you walk in here. You can tell.
What's going to be your signature dish?
Everybody asks that. We don't really have a signature dish. We change the menu at least. Well, here we'll probably change it at least 8 times a year. So with the seasons, twice during each season. So there's not going to be. If there's a favorite, we're going to make a new favorite. So that's kind of our motto here. We want to switch it up a lot.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So what kinds of main entrees might we see?
You'll probably see Berkshire pork
Hmm.
on the menu, fresh fish, of course, duck, all sorts of goodies.
When I think Southern, I tend to think things like fried chicken. You gonna have a fried chicken?
We will have a fried chicken, pickle brined fried chicken.
Oh.
So we're going to brine the actual chicken in a pickle brine
Uh-huh.
and then fry it.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Speaking of pumpkin,
Yes.
which we
It is
kinda
October
were.
after all. Yes, we've talked about pumpkin a lot. I'm guessing many of you have talked about pumpkin because it is that time of year. And
It's ubiquitous.
it's gone a little wacky. I was sharing with Janet that Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer, its newsletter, has not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 44 pumpkin items in it this month.
Oh
Everything from, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin macaroons, pumpkin seed brittle, pumpkin scone, cooked
You're starting
chocolate
to sound like the guy
pumpkin,
in Forrest
spiced salted caramels. There's even a pumpkin butter, which I believe you can use on
Like apple butter?
anything.
Probably.
Exactly. Pumpkin cornbread mix. I mean,
Goes on.
excuse me, pumpkin body butter. That's all I'm saying about
Okay.
that.
Well,
So, if you got a hankering for some pumpkin, God knows it's everywhere, and particularly a heavy dose of it is available at the local Trader Joe's.
I'm not a huge fan of the pumpkin. I mean, I like pumpkin pie, but I'm not crazy about it. But we did get some of that Krusty's pumpkin
Yes.
mix stuff in, and we tried the pancakes. We tried the pumpkin pancakes, and I have to say they were pretty good. Particularly, I ate them with some Townsend sorghum, and that was very, very good. So
And I made the pumpkin muffin mix that they gave us and brought those in, and they were
really good
good.
too.
But I do have to share this because it's my all-time fave. I don't know where I read it, probably on a Weight Watchers website. The best pumpkin muffins, I think, ever. 1 can, like 15 ounces of pumpkin, not pie filling, but regular old pumpkin, which has no fat in it, and a spice cake mix.
Oh.
Now, you may have seen variations on that recipe, but that is the recipe. The moisture, etc., from the pumpkin into the cake mix makes this very
Yeah.
dense dough. Plop it in your little 12 muffin tin pan. Bake it for what it says the muffins are on the side of the box, which I think is 20 minutes.
No
I've
egg,
put
no water,
walnuts,
no milk, no vanilla.
I've put
Vanilla.
walnuts
Okay.
in them. I've put chocolate chips in them. They are
Yeah.
the bomb.
That
Yeah,
sounds great, but
easy.
I think I would ruin it by putting cream cheese frosting on it.
Oh,
That
that'd
would
be good. I haven't
yeah,
tried that.
That would
Yeah.
be pretty tasty. Well, we're all pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Let's go eat.